that happened. Anyway.
Does he still play sports?
Nah, I don't think so. He might play in the Big 3 league, Ice Cube's league and shit.
What? Like a 3-on-3 league?
Yeah.
I've seen that on YouTube or something.
Yeah, that's like
Ice Cube owns that?
Yeah.
Nice. Right? I didn't know Ice Cube could ball.
And now, I haven't seen him play ball, but I know he's like that's his league. Just like Snoop Dogg just bought back Death Row, Big things happen in the community.
He did?
Yeah. Snoop Dogg is now the label owner of Death Row.
He bought it from Suge Knight?
I don't know if it was directly from Suge Knight or if Suge Knight just lost ownership of it because...
What is Suge Knight doing?
I think he's in prison still.
Still?
Yeah. Because I think like a few years ago he got found guilty of Tupac's murder, so he went to jail.
Wait, what?
Well, I don't know.
I haven't hit the news. That should have hit the news.
I didn't Google any of this stuff. I'm going straight off of just stuff that I remember seeing a few years ago.
I feel like if Tupac's murder got solved, we would all know about it.
I don't think it got solved. I think that they found out that he was a part of the conspiracy, so they charged him with his portion.
Like he was bankrolling. They don't know who actually hit.
So, or like he was like, I'm gonna drive up to here, pull up. I don't know.
Dude, the Tupac thing is such bullshit though, because it's like the dude got shot right after a Mike Tyson fight on the Vegas Strip, and nobody saw anything. What? Explain that to me.
Streets be quiet. You gotta watch where you step.
Yeah, it's Vegas though. There's like, drunk white women playing fucking slots.
What did you say?
There's drunk white women. There's drunk white women everywhere, and that's the downfall of every successful black man.
What did you say in the BTS, the behind the scenes episode we just shot that I forgot? You said something about you don't want your face on a t-shirt, and I was like, I want my face on a t-shirt. Then I caught what you were saying. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's like that, Nobody sees the faces till they're on a t-shirt.
I thought what I said there about the downfall of every successful black man was pretty funny, and you didn't react at all.
Because that's just factual. I'm not even gonna lie. I mean, I wouldn't say everyone, but major celebrity cases, yeah. But I would also say the same thing for like rich white guys. We didn't see them get taken off the face of the earth. Jeff Bezos almost lost it. Bill Gates almost lost it. So they just got better bounce back.
White women are the problem.
Greedy ones, yeah.
Yeah.
But it's a minority thing though, because I don't want women to think that we blame them for everything. Because we do talk a lot about women and men on this podcast, but it's like, a lot of y'all and the majority are trying to live the lifestyle of the minority, and it's like that shit. If 10% of people are successful at doing it, and those 10%, 80% of them aren't even successful at staying in a relationship, what makes you think 90% of us need to try that shit?
You mean try to live the lifestyle?
So 10% of people in America are in the upper wealth class, which means they make over $100,000. That's 10% of people.
Only 10% of people make over $100K a year?
And only 6% make over, I think it's $250. The average median...
Okay, that one makes sense. I just feel like there would be more people making about $100K more.
The average...
I feel like there'd be more than 10%.
The average in America is $45,300 across the board. Right? So if only 10% of people are doing that, and then the marriage rates are like 80% divorce rates, then
is that high now?
Yeah, or I think it might be 70 or some shit like that. I'll Google all of this and I can fact check myself later. But it's only like 70%. So we're basing 90% of the people in the world, not all of them in America, not all of them, but a vast majority of that 90% are going like, oh, this is what I want to do, and it's like, well, that 10% is already flawed in itself. Then you take 80% of that, and that's already flawed. You're talking about, I don't know, like, what, maybe, what's 80%? Like 4% success rate of being rich and married? Something like that. Somebody check my math. I don't
80% of 10% would be 8%.
No, couldn't be.
80% of 10%.
Oh, it would be 8%. So then there's a 2% success rate. Got it. Right? So the majority of a 90% is basing their shit on a 2% success rate, which is weird. Also, I'm glad you did math because that shit won't happen right now.
It doesn't add up.
I'm still hyped up on pre-workout.
I'm drinking basically pre-workout right now.
I'm still hyped up.
I like how we can't really say brand names, can we?
Nah, we shouldn't until they start paying us. Even though I'm messing up, which is why I'm purchasing a laptop cover.
Well, whatever. But so the thing with energy drinks is that there are a couple of energy drink companies that are doing 300 milligrams per can of caffeine, And no other drink was doing that before. It was like 200 and 220, and then it's like a certain one hit the scene, and it had 300 per can, and then it was like everybody went, wait, whoa, we can do that? And then all the other traditional energy drink brands have been around since we were kids.
Does it sound like POW?
Are now. It is a onomatopoeia.
If the people over there from POW will holler at us, let us know.
Yeah.
And then we'll start saying the actual
The CEO of this company looks like the CEO of this company. If you know what I'm saying. Have you seen him?
I have
Do you know
not.
what I'm talking about?
I'll
I
probably.
want you to picture in your head what the CEO of this company looks like.
I'm picturing it now.
You got it. That's it.
I
I promise you. I promise you that's what it is. Are you pulling it up?
Yeah, he does.
Look, yeah. Wait for it.
He looks
Yeah,
like he
yeah.
goes right.
Yeah, right there. He looks like his adrenal glands are just fried.
He looks like every sound effect in the original Batman comic books.
Exactly. Yeah, that. So that's what's up. I already had one today. I'm having another. It's a can.
Yeah,
This is America. I can do whatever I want. We were talking about how white women are the problem, and I was about to start talking about Adele and how she's actually not a problem, but people think that she is.
Okay, so episode 4. Fact check me if I'm wrong, but I think it's episode 4. Welcome to the TheSagaPod. As always, Gray, Max.
We haven't done enough episodes to be losing track of episodes.
We do a lot of behind the scenes stuff and a lot of skits and cutoffs.
Yeah.
So
There's like a lot of uploads.
I lose track of things easily.
We're close to double digit. We're over double digit uploads by now.
For sure.
Not actual full episodes.
We're like, we have 20 clips just sitting in the hard drive right now. We just haven't busted around them. Bars, by the way. You gotta
wait. 20 clips
in the hard drive.
We got.
So you got a whole waistband of clips on you, and you haven't busted off a single round yet.
20 in the clip, but no, it's 20 clips.
Yeah, we got 20
in
clips.
The drive.
Because each clip we got, there's a lot of rounds in them episodes,
There's a lot of gears we can drive. I don't know. This isn't what I did. This is what you did, but I'm just throwing ideas out there.
Do we want to go straight into Adele and start on a serious note, or do we want to start on some flavors?
Well, we can start on some serious shit because it's not even serious. It's fucking. Alright, it's stupid. You're gonna have to believe that. Sorry, more work for you. Because you can't say that word either. But what did she say? She said, I understand why this award, the name of this award has changed, but I want to say that I'm proud of being a woman.
Correct.
Right? That was almost exactly what she said.
Yeah. So the question that I have right here.
2 years ago, that would not have been a problematic thing to say.
At all.
I'm proud. Now you can't really say like I'm proud to be a man. That's been like not cool for a while because like men are trash or whatever.
Pretty much my whole life.
Right. And
like once you hit 18, you go from what an adorable boy to you're a piece of shit.
You are responsible for all of that.
You're the worst thing that ever
But if
happened.
you think about it though, men are the problem. Look at all of the bad shit that has ever been bad. And a dude did it.
But it's it's like the whole thing, you build 1 million bridges or whatever, and you destroy one bridge, you're now the bridge destroyer. Just to make that a little softer, because I don't want to go down that lane.
Yeah.
But you destroy one bridge, now you're a build destroyer, and people forget that all the bridges you built. I get it.
Right.
Men have historically caused a lot of problems, but a lot of problems are going to occur as you're building the world. The world was basically infrastructure, technology, mainly male dominated. Yeah, there's going to be problems along the way.
Only because men were oppressing women that could have. I don't know. I'm just trying to be funny now. It's not. But anyway.
Even if you take that approach, you look at it. Women like jobs that are socially engineered, which is you look at what degrees they choose to go into, and 70% of women are going to college. Men are not going at that high of a percent.
There's more women now going to college. More women now graduating college. 4 years. There's more women now with postgraduate degrees.
All I'm saying, if you want the big money, medicine, technology, engineer, definitely go engineering.
Yeah, and that's the issue. There's more degrees in the hands of women now, but it's the types of degrees that don't necessarily earn as much as what men are typically into. That's the whole issue.
Yeah, and what they say with that is like, hey, well then why don't you just pay them at the same rate? It's like, because those jobs aren't as in high demand as these jobs. The higher the demand, the higher the danger, the more pay you're going to require.
I think
inherent.
If socially we would all understand that like teaching children is extremely fucking important and we were willing to pay them more, because I would be. That's why I intend on sending my kids to private school for that reason.
Yeah.
But like, But, you know, that's a societal problem, really. If you want to take the whole capitalist approach,
but you always got to think
with the market.
Think about this. I think that educating children is definitely important. The development of children is clearly important.
It's arguably the most important thing for a society.
But you couldn't put children in a building that would fall apart and teach them. Because if it fell apart, then you would blame men for not building that building.
Yeah, we might as well be a Bangladesh.
And while you're building that building, there's an inherent amount of danger. Whereas children aren't as dangerous. Now, high school teachers should get paid a lot more money. Because high schoolers are fucking dangerous.
Yeah. Especially, I mean, granted, that all kind of depends on where you're at in the U.S. as well.
I mean, if you split it up, it's either mental damage that the teachers are walking away with, or physical damage, or a combination of both.
Yeah. Or if it's not like, you know, the daily violence of like kids fighting and shit like that, like, you know, in predominantly urban areas, what you do run the risk of is not the daily violence, but where school shootings happen. Nice white schools. So really, pick one or the other. You can either get swung on 3 out of 5 days, or you could get shot at 1 day out of a 10-year career. Pick one. Pick
True.
one.
But back to what we were actually talking about, you know, is being proud of your gender or identification, how you identify yourself, inherently phobic of the opposite of someone else's, right? Because the argument here is that her being proud of being a woman is transphobic. But if you're labeling her as transphobic, then aren't you inherently woman-phobic or whatever it would be? Aren't you now being sexist by saying that her pride in being a woman is harming you and she should be judged for it? If you're saying she should be judged for that, you're inherently saying that you're sexist.
Yeah, well, okay, you could make that argument. I would take it a step back, actually, and say that being proud of a characteristic that you are born with and had no choice in and cannot change is kind of stupid. Make it race, gender, anything. If it's a thing about you that you're born with that you can't change, like, I don't know, maybe, I guess it kind of depends on your definition of pride, but like, you know, I'm proud of things that I've like done and accomplished, right? Yeah. So like, if I say I'm proud to be a man, it's like, well, you were born a dude and now you are a man. Like, what's the fucking, you know what I mean?
I think
you can be proud of doing masculine things, I guess. You can be proud of doing feminine things, but again, it goes back to like shit that you've done.
I think here,
like, so being, I mean, is the statement of like, so just to me, like the statement, like, I'm proud to be a woman. I'm like, all right, well, good for fucking you. Like, I don't care.
I think here's the context though,
I
right?
like your music.
So
that's it. I like the shit that you make.
Her pride in being a woman on this platform is specifically related to the struggles that she's inherently came across in that industry. There's a different type of struggle that each individual comes up on. Like, if I was to say, I'm proud I'm a black dude, it's not for me to say, I'm super excited I wasn't a white dude. It's to say, I'm proud that as a black dude I've come through these things. So my pride in this sense would be contextual to whatever the thing is.
2 things you've accomplished.
Yeah.
Okay.
It wouldn't be like me just waking up in the morning and being like, fuck everybody else. No, it's like, yo, with everything that comes with being a black dude, I'm proud that I managed to navigate my way through life as this.
Okay.
You know?
That makes
Same
sense.
thing with, like, if we were to say we were proud of being men. It's not to say, like, yo, we hate women. It's to say, like, in our modern day times, there's some struggles that come with it. Hey, I've managed to be a good dude and out of all of this stuff and not really get into any of the problematic stigmas that come with being a man. So I'm proud of being that type of example.
That's a good point. This is a different conversation, but I still think it's easier to be a guy.
Yeah, true.
Like, absolutely.
True. But, even to navigate through life as that does come with some struggles, right? And for us to walk out of this realistically clean right now, like, ain't nobody mad at me for anything that they would call like the really negative characteristics of a man. People are mad at me for petty shit.
Yeah, alright, that's fair. But yeah, so like I don't think it's. Here's the thing. We're gonna stay on this like get canceled vibe, I guess.
Always good. We're gonna keep pushing the throttle.
Yeah, but we have to be canceled survivors. Right. Your phrase, not mine. I'm giving you credit. Sorry.
March on the way.
I didn't mean to be the first one to say it on the show. I should let you do that. But the fucking thing with it is I think people are just looking for reasons to be upsettish. There's not enough real problems. Well, there are, actually, is the thing. But we're
just ignoring them.
We're blind to them. And it's like, imagine if you lived out in the woods by yourself and you had to grow and kill your own food and take care of your kids and your wife and you had to like keep the house built right, and there was a storm and it fucked up your roof, so you got to do that, and then you gotta go plant some stuff. You got to take care of your animals because these are all things you have to do to survive. When you have real problems and stuff to focus on throughout the day, you're not worried about dumb shit. Stuff is just too fucking easy.
Yeah.
Like, and look, do trans people get hate? Yeah, of course they do. And I don't think that they should be hated for the problems that they have, right? Like, or the, you know, the issues that come inherently with, you know, not understanding or not feeling that you belong in your own body. I can't imagine what that's like. It'd probably be fucking horrible, right? Shouldn't hate them for it, but at the same time, what she's proud of being a woman and having to do the shit that she did.
Stop lashing out at things.
So just leave it alone. Like, just maybe, I don't know, let someone say something publicly, and even if it does bother you, go,
You know how people say hate begets hate?
Yeah.
I think we're living in a time right now where it's like criticism begets criticism. It's like you hate being criticized, but you're doing the same thing to everybody else.
Sure.
And I'm not putting that on the community. I'm putting that on people in general.
Yeah,
like,
we all
for everything that people hate being criticized about, they end up lashing out on somebody else. And then the cycle continues.
That's inherent to people, right? Yeah. It is, you have to, I mean, well, me personally especially, you have to learn how to go, all right, no, that was my fault. Or, hey, I could do this better. You're right, I shouldn't, you know, I'm fucking up.
Or even,
that's hard. That's
even
hard
the basics of just being like, you know what, this just wasn't my business. Right. I don't need to comment on it.
Right. Exactly.
Like, good for you. If people say good for you more often, but better world we living in.
Yeah. But you can't just expect, like, the problem now that we're running into as well with this is like, you know, let's say the trans community is they're up in arms about this Adele thing, and then someone's going to go, hey, how do you feel about what Adele said? Like, and now you're on the spot. You can't sit back and just go, I don't really care. I don't really, has no bearing, which is true for me. Like, has no fucking bearing on my life. I don't give a shit.
I'm not even in the UK, nor do I pay attention to the British Awards. I hope it was a successful show.
Yeah.
So
I just hope both teams had fun.
Inherently, you know.
Yeah.
Did she have a hot sauce package on her? Because if she didn't, I don't really want to know about it.
That's another good point.
Hey, hot sauce is the new protection out here. You know, that's the way to. That's the way to cleanse the world. Cleanse the world with the heat.
Why didn't he just flush the whole thing?
There's a part of me that thinks that deep down inside, he just wanted to know.
He wouldn't know she was.
Why are you here? Are you here to try to trap me up?
Yeah. For anyone who doesn't know, we're discussing Drake and the hot sauce conundrum. Who's the chick that was an Instagram model?
Yeah,
right?
she's some Instagram model. But also, like, how you not see the hot sauce in there, man? There's a lot of questions to this.
What kind of hot sauce was it? Do we know?
I don't know, but I'm really hoping it was Tapatio, you know.
Tapatio?
Yeah.
It had to be hot.
I had to pronounce it wrong on purpose.
Oh, okay.
Tapatio.
Racist.
No, I mean, that might be.
You did racism.
But I was also just hoping not to give the brand identification. I'll leave this in here because that's funny.
God damn it. No, I was hoping it was like something that, like the Carolina Reaper shit, like just
anything that's on Hot Wings.
Yeah, like that. Anything that's like a 9 or above, at you know, on a 1 to 10 scale, like just something that's so hot you can't even.
You got to hit the upper 10% of the Scoville.
Yeah, that hot. That's right. Scoville. I forgot about that. So something so hot on that scale that like people eat it and pretend like they enjoy it, and also try to pretend like they're really tough, but in reality, it just singes your whole fucking mouth and you can't taste it. I'm hoping it was something like that. Like, does that make me a piece of shit?
Like his security guards are running with the heat, but he really got the heat on. I should get paid to write bars.
You should. You should. But yeah, so, I mean, I'm wondering about the liability, because obviously there's, like, the lawsuit going on with it. And I'm not a lawyer, so I don't fucking know. But, like, I feel like if you put something in a trash can and someone else, of their own free will, pulls it out of a trash can and inserts it inside of themselves, how in the fuck is that your fault?
You should be suing yourself for making bad choices.
Congratulations.
You played yourself.
That's 100% what happened there. I mean, is it like kind of a dirtbag move? Like, sure, but also she did that with you wear a condom for a reason, and she was trying to circumvent that surreptitiously.
That's a college level word right there. Well, mine was like 6. So
that was like 6. 5 cents. I said onomatopoeia earlier too.
Well, not the big words today.
I think I read books.
I think you might be educated. We still don't know what we're talking about on this podcast, but you're educated.
12th grade, bro. That's it.
Oh.
But yeah, I mean, I don't know. What do you think? Who's gonna win this lawsuit?
I think there's no way she should win this lawsuit.
Oh, no. Someone asked you. Is she though? Is she going to?
No, I don't even think the lawsuit is gonna go through. What I think is probably gonna happen is Drake probably just do some under the table payout thing. Just be like, yeah, whatever.
I think he'll just like toss her.
What's 50 grand to a motherfucker like me? Can you please remind me? Yeah.
Probably
Something
more.
like that.
Probably more than that.
Probably.
He'll be like, how about here's 10 million, and you shut the fuck up forever.
Yeah.
Never say my name. Like, I don't know. Draft the papers. Figure it out. Like.
Probably put a non-disclosure agreement together.
And then when he comes out with the clothing line, does he have a clothing line?
He's supposedly doing something with Nike.
Okay, so then contractually they need to have in there, A, you will never disparage my name ever again. And B, on X amount of occasions for X, whatever, set the parameters for like number of posts or whatever, you have to wear my signature Nike shit also. Here's $10 million, have a coconut
I think
smile.
the only other thing that's necessary in there is he needs to say that you cannot get on social media and combat anything I'm about to say about you on my next album, because he needs to rap about this. He absolutely has to put a track together about this.
He's going to. It wouldn't even be the most ridiculous thing he's rapped about as far as his personal life is concerned. It wouldn't be. What if he came out with a signature hot sauce and made her model?
Hey, again,
what happens then?
Drake, we're only asking for 10%. Sean, Drake, Sean, you guys need to link up. Just remember, the first idea happened. It happened here. Sean, Hot Ones, Drake, get together. Let's figure this out. Hit us up. You could find our Gmail in the description.
Drake on an episode of Hot Ones. Has he been on there?
No, he hasn't. But that would be
him on an episode of Hot Ones. Him on an episode of Hot Ones, not even mentioning anything about anything, would just be the most low-key flex/shade. Am I using these new words correctly?
Yeah.
Okay. Those two things I just said, that I forgot. That would be the most, perfect. Like, he's talking shit without talking shit.
Or even better.
That would be beautiful.
Alright, so Future, King Toxic. Just did this music video called Worst Day Ever, where he basically talks about how bad Valentine's Day is because you just got too many girls you gotta take care of. Right? And the beauty of that is, in the middle of the music video, there's a little skit of him and Kevin Samuels sitting down and talking about his problems.
Yeah.
Drake does the song about the hot sauce incident, and in the middle of the music video, he has Sean in there, and they're just like on Hot Ones. Doesn't even ask the questions, and then just transitions back to the music video about the hot sauces.
Perfect.
I'm watching that YouTube video.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
That's a music video that's gotta get watched.
Something about that, and the term spicy gets thrown around, if someone's mad at you, they're they're getting spicy about it.
Shorty was getting spicy, then I spiced her up.
Oh, God. He gave her his special blend of herbs and spices.
Tried to get in the bag.
Twice.
Didn't know it was Flamin' Hots.
What if she just gets real famous off this and starts doing Flamin' Hot Cheetos ads?
What if she only wears t-shirts with hot sauce bottles on them from now on? Hot sauce girl.
It's a win-win.
10%, again, don't know your name, but if you see this video, reach out to us. 10%, that's all we're asking.
How crazy is that we don't even remember her name?
I never looked up her name. The only thing I've heard is Drake puts hot sauce in condoms, and I was like, that's it. I don't need this story.
I read a fucking swipe through thing on Instagram about it, and it definitely had her picture and her name and her IG, and I just wiped it from my memory because it was just the most ridiculous thing that could ever happen.
All I needed was to hear hot sauce and condoms and then see the memes. And I was like, I don't want the facts on this because I don't want to talk to it as though I'm intelligent. I just want to have fun with this.
What if he had played it differently and gone, hey, I was just in the bathroom doing what I had to do with the thing that I just had on my dick. By the way, I filled it full of hot sauce, so I'm trying nothing weird. What if he did that and she did it anyway?
And she still went for it.
For the story.
Let it burn. Yo, the feelings ain't the same in your body.
Dude, they used protection and she still had a burning sensation. If Future does a girl dirty, by now, there's no one to blame.
You gotta blame yourself.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
you cannot. How can you be surprised?
I mean, it's like the whole. Oh, at this point, it's like I don't want to put it on all rappers, but like really in the social media rappers, you kind of know what it is because they let you know. The Baby, Future, Drake, all of them let you
They
know.
talk about it.
It's like
The only way to be successful with that would be to like try to date a rapper, not have sex with him for like 2 fucking years, and if he doesn't just move on, then you're like, oh, okay, maybe he's seriously into me and like wants to start a fucking family. But outside of that, if you sleep with, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what are you doing?
if I see somebody has a habitual, repetition of something, probably not gonna expect them to just change that just because I showed up.
They're a habitual line stepper.
Yeah. If you're a habitual line step, I'm not gonna expect you to not step the line.
Why would it?
But before we get into what we was just talking about off camera, I want to talk about a line stepper, and I'm not gonna drop no names on this one, just because I just want to see, when we talk about differences and standards and how people are treated, right? So, we're both well aware this is a TikTok or whatever. I guess she had a little bit of fat and whatnot, and got caught on video basically taking advantage and assaulting the dude who was passed out. I think the dude was also a TikToker, but I mean, the issue right there is it's not cool no matter what gender you are to do that to somebody. It's not cool no matter what you identify as to do that to somebody. It's just not cool in general. But for that to not even be something that gets talked about, like if the roles were reversed, that'd be on every news station in the world.
Yeah, so you're talking, I already forgot her name. What, Addison?
Nah,
Allison?
I'm gonna leave her name out of it because I don't even want to give her no attention.
Okay.
She's a terrible person.
Yeah, so, dude's passed out. It's all on video. Dude's passed out. She climbs up on him, starts, like, sucking on his earlobes and shit.
Yeah.
Grabbing his dick, and he's just unconscious as fuck about it. Yeah, I mean, to your point, yes. If the genders were reversed, we would all want to beat the brakes off that guy. Straight piece of shit move. 100%. So, maybe we should apply that equally. But I think people don't care because it's different. It's different in the sense that, like, how do I word it? You know how I'm sure that 99% of women in the world are not going to rape me? Because they can't. They can't.
What if you passed out though?
Think my junk's going to work?
I mean, okay, maybe.
You know
In that sense, I get what you're saying, but they can still assault you.
Yeah.
Any action against you without your consent. And then take it a step further, right?
Yeah.
Me and you are in relationships. That shit goes down. Now, I got a major issue with you. Super major issue with you. Because now, 1, I'm violated. 2, there's footage out of you violating me and nothing's happening to you. 3, now I got to console my girl about how I just got violated. Because I went outside thinking that I'm in a safe environment. And she probably going to feel some type of way. I don't think she going to feel some type of way about me. I think she going to feel some type of way like you're not safe in these streets by yourself. Which as a dude, I never want my girl to feel like I'm not safe in these streets by myself.
Yeah, and so this is an unpopular thing to say. It's something that you have to carefully speak about. But, and I'm not defending or, what's the word? I'm not blaming anyone who has been too fucked up and passed out for a bad thing that's happened to them, regardless of gender. I'm not saying it's okay, and that that I'm not saying like that's what you get.
It's just a cautionary. Be aware of your surroundings.
If you're in an area like that and you let yourself get that intoxicated, because nobody, assuming you didn't get drugged, right?
Yeah.
Right. If you let yourself get that fucked up, I don't think it's unfair to go, yeah, well, you let yourself get fucked up. If I walk down the street and I tell every single person that I pass, hey, I have $1,000 in my pocket, and then somebody robs me, at gunpoint or whatever. That doesn't make it okay that they did it. But also, you can still look at me and go, "Hey, you dumb fuck! Why did you let yourself?"
The best way to say that is never put yourself in a position where you got to figure out who you can trust.
Yeah.
Never put yourself in a position where you got to figure out who you can trust. Because if it goes wrong,
yeah, don't get too fucked up in public.
Take your safety.
Really, just don't get too fucked up like that anyway. There's nothing good that comes out of it. You're just gonna feel like shit the next day anyway. You're not helping yourself.
Yeah, take your own safety and security. You know.
Yeah. But
at the highest level of importance, because no one else is gonna put your safety as on a high level as you would. So if you
besides maybe your parents.
Yeah.
They're probably the only people that care about your safety.
But if you lower your level, everybody else is gonna lower your level. But yeah, I just want to touch on that. On another note, just going back to what we were discussing off camera, New Jersey policeman and equal retaliation, it's the exact same situation, you know, and it's two teen boys at that. Like, so, it should be the same thing across the board.
So for I guess people that don't know, they need to just pause it right now and watch the video. You know, because I don't feel like explaining through what we've already seen it, right? So if you don't know, fucking pause it, type in New Jersey cops,
mall fight,
something like that, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, I think what's strikingly not weird, but this one though, it seems pretty clear, given what happened, that it probably was. Like, definitely. I'm really glad nobody died. Like, holy shit. I mean, I'm not saying that someone's life was in danger.
There was a clear, definitive difference in treatment.
The definitive difference to me is the fact that, like, the white team was beating the shit out of this black guy. Which, let's step back for a minute and think about this. Look, I don't know if you ever fight black dudes, but they tend to win. And like, as a white guy beating the shit out of a black dude, he does need to be proud of that, first of all. Like, hey, that's a W for white guys. We don't usually win. Like, I'm just saying, like, him, Tyson Fury against Deontay Wilder, and name another one. You can't. Just throw it out there. Good for him.
I give him the hand-to-hand.
So, but the issue here is with the cops, right? So yeah, like, they pull him off of the dude and say, sit the fuck down. And they immediately go to, like, the kid wasn't resisting. He didn't even have an opportunity to, which I get kind of like, you want to keep someone from having the opportunity to resist, but
the kid was completely compliant.
It would have made more sense if they'd have just, you know, put both of them on their face immediately, which wouldn't have been hard. They could have went, you know, the kid was like on top, swinging on dude. They could have just tackled him, put him on his face, put the other guy on his face. Maybe, I mean, I don't know.
Or they could have just separated them.
Yeah, like, I don't know. They were teenagers. They were both fucking skinny. They both had like 13-inch necks. They could have just like literally full Nelson both of them and picked them up and been like, "You done? You good? How about you settle down?" And then sat them both down. That could have been
nice little arm restraint, something that's not going to seriously hurt somebody. Walk them both to separate sides of the mall. Talk to them. Get them out of there.
Yeah. I think there's bad optics, no matter what, with like. Well, especially after the George Floyd thing, with putting a knee on somebody's back, which, like, not that I'm good at it. I've been doing jiu-jitsu for a little bit now. I had knees on my back and my stomach and my neck all the time. It's not comfortable. It's not supposed to be. It sucks. But it's definitely not like it's not as bad as everybody makes it out to be, but at the same time, maybe it's not necessary to go straight to that.
There's an escalation of force, and again, the big thing here is, you know, they're kids, but also there was a clear difference in the treatment of the kid that was black.
Yes, like, absolutely. He was getting the shit kicked out of him, and they fucking bear down on him and cuffed him. When the other guy, they just sat down, just like how I'm sitting right here. They told him to sit down, and he was like, okay.
And when you talk about, you know,
they didn't give the black kid an opportunity. Like they could have been like, hey, you sit up, stay on the ground, just sit there. You fucking sit there. If they'd have, like, you know, I don't know, maybe it's against police protocol to try to do that before you go ahead and go to the cut. I don't know. I don't know all the facts.
I mean, that's the whole thing, right? It's like when you're asking for changes in the training, these are the things you're asking for. A standardized approach to
Yes.
Each situation. If
Yes.
this is the situation, doesn't matter what, male, female, color, race, whatever, this is the approach.
Absolutely.
If this is the situation, this is the approach. It should be even across the board.
Like, I've got no qualms with, and we're kind of talking about like a bunch of different things at once. I've got no qualms with police officers putting their knees on somebody's back to restrain them. But this situation is where I'm wondering if that was even warranted to be done to begin with. So, like, in the fact that if they'd have done it to both the kids, would this have still been a news story?
I think the only story would have been that they were kids. I think kids get like we're saying kids, teenagers get roughed up by cops all the time. Yeah, they can get rowdy. We already said it.
Yeah.
Teachers gotta be, there's an inherent risk to being a high school teacher.
Yeah.
But again, with the situation at hand, it's a scuffle. There's no weapons. There's no nothing. I get you don't inherently
that they knew of.
You don't immediately know that. But again, when we talk about levels and standardized approaches, I mean escalation.
What if they'd have just straight tased both of them off the jump, and just like they'd have been both on the ground?
I think all families would be suing the police department.
Okay. Yeah.
All families.
Yeah, but it's like if you don't want physical contact to occur in a controlling manner where they're manipulating their joints or putting body weight on someone to keep them from moving, you got pepper spray, horrible. I've been pepper sprayed.
I would almost say just if you have to immediately disarm a situation without being physical first, go for the pepper spray first. That's what I would say.
I don't know, man. That shit's...
Most people don't know how to respond to pepper spray.
I've been maced before, man. It's bad. It sucks.
It does, but it's disarming.
It will make you compliant.
It's a non-violent disarmament.
It'll make you just sit there and rub your eyes because you can't see or breathe.
You can't fight right now. Everybody can just clear out and let you tire yourself out.
And so of the videos we watched too, another thing that we're not thinking about, just to dissect the whole situation. Was there audio of the videos we watched? Was it loud?
There was a bunch of kids recording it. I can't remember if I heard.
Probably people screaming, probably people yelling. So maybe
in the video we watched, there was a kid yelling, "They're kids," and then there was another kid yelling, "Why are you doing that to the black kid?" But everybody there in the surrounding seemed to be children, and they all seemed to just be focused on video recording.
Yeah.
Instead of breaking up the fight to begin with. Again, don't put yourself in a situation where you got to figure out who you can trust. This is your peer group, right? They could have de-escalated this immediately.
Yeah.
So
I don't know. I mean, let's be honest. Could have been a lot worse.
For sure.
Could have been a lot worse. Could have, So that's cool.
I just want to get back to my point being that when the community I come from is asking for changes. These are the type of changes we're talking about. Because again, we talked about a bunch of different things in here, but we had to talk about a bunch of different things because there's a bunch that goes into
It's
that.
multi-layered. That's
we
what I
got to
was
talk
saying.
about every step of the educational process behind training.
And the beauty, not beauty. Sorry, that was dumb. The interesting thing, or the thing that's different about this video than almost any other video, is that this, like I said, people are quick to go this is a race thing, and it's well, we don't always know that. It comes down to with the Mekhi Bryant deal in Cleveland.
I didn't read that.
Oh man, that was rough. We'll talk. We should talk about that one. It's interesting. But
save that for the next episode. That way,
but for this told to fucking sit on the couch or whatever bench, whatever the fuck it was, right? Yeah. Hey, sit there and then put cuffs on this other kid. That's weird. Did something happen prior to this that we don't know about? You're gonna have to. I'm on the this was a racial thing. And I'm not normally quick to be this is a racial thing. I want to know all the facts first.
Yeah.
This though,
clear component.
Clearly, yo, something's fucked up here. I don't know.
We'll step away from that. I'm about to fill up another cup. He stopped by for a minute. She didn't really have much to do. I think she had to go back to work or something like that. But she stopped by. Said what's up. Checked on us.
I feel bad I didn't acknowledge her.
Yeah, we were locked in because we're professionals. Stay locked in. Was it 4?
4.
and so forth. We out of here. As always, Gray. Max, you got a tip for the day? I got one if you don't.
Go ahead.
Hey, I got 2 tips actually. Number 1, like we said earlier, never put yourself in a situation where you got to figure out who you can actually trust around you. And then number 2 is, if you expect something special, you should treat it like it's specific to me. We out.
Forever. You gotta play some music so I can read it.